Hi, I'm David Ezekiel, interim pastor at the Community Church of Batavia. Thank you for inviting me into your home and into your life today. Over the past several days, as you have been sheltering in place, cooped up by the coronavirus, you've probably had a lot of time to be thinking about the impact of all of the events that have transpired over the last several weeks. My friend, Marissa Miller, who is Director of Alumni and Community Affairs at San Francisco Theological Seminary, a place where I occasionally teach, took stock of the last several weeks and penned a marvelous devotional that she took from some of Paul's writings in the book of Ephesians. And so I'd like to share that with you this morning. Marissa pens for us what Paul said when he wrote, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light. For the fruit of the light consists in all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord." Marissa penned that these are scary times. At the beginning of Lent, the global pandemic that we are facing now wasn't as frightening. It was still so far away from us here in Marin County. We weren't locked in our homes, stocked up on supplies, and frightened for ourselves and our elderly and at-risk neighbors and friends. Life was going on as normal. We learned to wash our hands better. Maybe we picked up an extra bottle of soap in our usual grocery run. But all of that has changed. It's now time to live in community, to help each other, to check in on our friends and family, all while practicing social distancing. An SFTS student commented the other day, quite tongue-in-cheek, "Who knew that during Lent we'd be giving up church?" As we've moved worship services online to keep folks at home. Isolation. If one is already at risk for mental anguish due to isolation, this mandated period can be agonizing or even deadly. I, myself, am currently struggling with the indefinite postponement of a community and an activity that has literally saved my life. We text each other, we FaceTime, but it's not the same. Staying strong and healthy during this period is really hard. And Marissa continues, "I am comforted by thoughts from a friend, a student here at SFTS, who reminded me of Holocaust victim Anne Frank's quote, 'Look at how a single candle can both defy and define the darkness.' Light has the power to reveal the darkness around us as well as to overcome it. This is precisely what Paul is trying to convey to the church at Ephesus. We are that light. We need to be that light right now for our friends and loved ones, for our neighbors, all of them, even for ourselves. Every time we show kindness, mercy, compassion, and gratitude, we use our light. Every time we resist oppression or injustice, we use our light. Every time we employ self-care and self-love, we use our light. Every time we bear the burdens of others, we use our light. Every time we empathize, listen, and love, we use our light. In this biblical text, Paul encourages us to stand up to darkness and empire, expose it, remove ourselves from it, and shine the light of Christ within us to disempower it. In 2020 alone, we have already faced so many obstacles and challenges that are disheartening, fearful, and discouraging. And it's only March. But as Paul reminds us, Christ will shine on us. Coming together in community and embracing our light is the catalyst of removing the oppressive forces of darkness. We need only to practice this daily. And never forget the power we have to expose the truth, and also the power we have to inflame our fires and ignite one another with love. So I'm picking up on the thread that Laura Bernabe expressed this past Sunday during the children's message about this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And so I ask of you for today and the days that lie ahead in this present darkness, how are you going to let your light shine? Remember what Anne Frank said. Look at how a single candle can both defy and define the darkness. So how you let your light shine will not only define the darkness for yourself, but it will help to define the darkness for those around you as it sheds light on their circumstances and offers and brings hope in God's name through you to the people around you. Grace and peace and love to you today from the folks at the Congregational Church of Batavia. Amen and amen.